Procrastination has been called many things. Laziness, lack of discipline, poor time management, a character flaw. But what if procrastination is none of those things? What if procrastination is not a failure of character, but a response to something deeper? Today, we're going to talk about why procrastination happens in everyday life. Why are so many intelligent, capable, creative people struggle with it, and how we begin to move through it gently, realistically, and without shame. Because procrastination is not just a habit. For many people, it is the quiet force that keeps them from their goals, their ideas, their healing, and their potential. It is the dream killer. Not because you are incapable, but because something inside you is asking for understanding. And the first thing you need to hear is this: you are not lazy. The many forms of procrastination. Procrastination doesn't look the same for everyone. For some people, it looks like scrolling for hours when there is something important to do. For others, it looks like being constantly busy, cleaning, organizing, answering messages, while avoiding the one task that actually matters. For some, it looks like perfectionism. I'll start when I'm ready. I'll start when it's perfect. I'll start tomorrow. For others, it's exhaustion. I want to do it, but I physically can't move. And for many people with ADHD, anxiety, depression, or burnout, procrastination is not a choice at all. It is a nervous system response. So when we say procrastination, we are not talking about one behavior. We're talking about avoidance, overwhelm, fear of failure, fear of success, decision paralysis, low energy, emotional dysregulation, lack of clarity, perfectionism, and sometimes survival. Why procrastination happens in daily life. Procrastination happens when a task feels heavier than our current emotional, mental, or physical capacity. Not when it is difficult, but when it is emotionally loaded. You don't procrastinate brushing your teeth. You procrastinate things that carry pressure, expectation, uncertainty, judgment, identity. Things like applying for jobs, starting a project, studying, sending an important message, beginning a life change, pursuing your purpose. Because those tasks are not just tasks. They're tied to who you believe you are. So your brain asks, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I succeed and everything changes? What if I try and confirm my worst fear about myself? And in that moment, procrastination becomes protection. Not from the task, but from the emotion. The cycle of constant procrastination. Here's what happens for people who live in chronic procrastination. You avoid the task. You feel temporary relief. Then guilt arrives. Then shame. Then anxiety. Then the task feels even heavier. So you avoid again. And over time, this creates a painful internal narrative. I never finish anything. I'm wasting my potential. There's something wrong with me. This is where procrastination becomes dangerous. Not because of productivity, but because it begins to shape your identity. You start believing you are the problem, and you're not. The truth: procrastination is a dream blocker. Procrastination keeps the book unwritten, the application unsent, the idea unstarted, the healing delayed, the life unlived. Not because you don't care, but because you care deeply, and that depth creates pressure. So yes, procrastination blocks your potential, but does not erase your potential. You are still capable. You are still creative. You are still able to change your reality through small, repeated alignment. How we begin to reduce procrastination. Not by force, not by shame, not by saying just do it. We begin with gentle structure. 1. Make the task smaller than your resistance. Not write the essay, open the document, not clean the room. Pick up 3 items. Not work out, put on your shoes. Your brain does not need motivation. It needs safety and simplicity. 2. Remove the emotional weight. Say this: I am not doing this perfectly. I'm only doing this briefly. Perfection creates paralysis. Permission creates movement. 3. Work with time, not against it. Use 5-minute starts, 10-minute focus blocks, visible timers. 5-minute starts lower the resistance. Big tasks trigger overwhelm, so your brain avoids them. A 5-minute start feels safe because you're not committing to finish, just to begin. Once you start, the brain wants closure and momentum naturally builds. You're training yourself that starting is easy and non-threatening. 10-minute focus blocks. Build trust with yourself. Long sessions feel impossible. 10 minutes feels doable. Short focus bursts reduce burnout, sharpen attention, and create quick wins. Each completed block proves, I can follow through. Confidence grows from these small, repeated victories. Visible timers. Make time real. Procrastination lives in, I'll do it later. A visible timer turns time into something you can see and race. It creates urgency, prevents drifting, and gives your brain a clear finish line, which increases focus. Starting is the hardest part, the emotional barrier. We don't avoid tasks. We avoid the feelings attached to them. Fear, perfectionism, self-doubt, overwhelm. The brain exaggerates how painful the task will be. Starting breaks that illusion and lowers the emotional weight. Momentum creates motivation, not the other way around. You don't need motivation to start. Starting creates dopamine, progress, and clarity. Action, momentum, motivation. Once you're moving, continuing feels easier than stopping. Starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum carries you. 4. Build identity through tiny wins. Every time you begin, even for 2 minutes, you're no longer a procrastinator. You're someone who starts. Identity changes through evidence, not affirmations. 5. Create a daily anti-procrastination ritual. Simple, repeatable, gentle. Every day, one small task for your future. One small task for your environment. One small task for your mind. That's it. Consistency rewires reality. A message for the person who feels stuck. If you have been procrastinating for years, if you feel like you've wasted time, if you feel behind, you're not too late. You're not incapable. You are not your past patterns. Your brain learned avoidance for a reason. And anything learned can be relearned. Slowly, kindly, your potential is still here. The dreams you have, the ideas you think about, the version of your life you imagine, they are not unrealistic. They are waiting for alignment. Mindset, action, habit, and reality. Not all at once. One small beginning at a time. Procrastination is not laziness. It is a message. And when we listen to that message instead of attacking ourselves, everything begins to shift. You are more than capable of changing this pattern. You are more than capable of building the life that feels distant right now. And here, at Filiopology, you don't have to do it alone. We're not here to judge you. We are here to understand with you, reflect with you, and grow with you. Start small. Start gently. Start today. Your potential is still intact, and it is waiting for you. Comment down below if you have had issues dealing with procrastination. How did it make you think about yourself? Have you found any solutions to break these habits? If this video related to you in any way, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're always looking forward to conversing with viewers in order to build a community to help those with mental issues and insecurities. We are here to help and support you. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next video.